G'day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how you can complete the Future Saga challenge for the Fighting Legend Goku event and basically get a pretty good idea as to how difficult that's going to be. So obviously in terms of team build we are mixing things up a little bit. In terms of the free-to-play units, we're going to keep the Entrusted Will Super Strike Trunks. This is the Strength Trunks, who is a pretty good unit, I would say. He's pretty reliable across the board and fairly solid in a lot of situations. He's an Entrusted Will support, which is obviously great, and he also provides us with pretty good coverage, with his defense after Super being incredibly solid. Now, outside of that, not too much that he adds. He does have the ability to foresee opposition super attacks, but this isn't too major a point, at least not at this current point in time. Now outside of that, basically we are also looking at the combination of Trunks and Vegeta. They're going to be a foothold that we're going to be using throughout the event. We're going to have Trunks, and we're also going to mix him up with the Tech Super Saiyan Trunks, who also links up really well with this guy, so that's going to be a pretty good option as well. Overall, Trunks after his EZA is incredibly solid and a very quick stacking unit. So we've got that greatly raising attack and defense, we've got that built-in crit, we've got those built-in additionals, we've got that transformation, we've got a lot going on that enables us to have a really good time. Outside of that, we are also looking at the AGL LR, Vegeta and Goku. They are also going to be super duper rock solid pairing for us, and they're going to do a fantastic job alongside the Strength LR Vegito, carrying our load defensively and just being a very solid pairing across the board. So that's something to obviously look forward to, and a team that runs pretty well. But outside of that, we're going to have a couple of floating units, the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan Future and Trunks Future obviously alongside as well the AGL, not AGL, no, that's it, yeah, that's definitely the floaters that are going to be functioning. The rest of the rotation is pretty straightforward. I think it's a pretty solid team across the board, and yeah, we just tend to have a pretty decent time. I don't think there's any specific weakness here. Obviously I've built a Future Saga team as well for the Fighting Legend Vegeta event, so you can take a look at that team, which has a little bit more of a variation. It's got a couple of Android 17s and 18s, and obviously a couple of Android 17 and 18 futures, which tends to help out as well. So obviously overall the team is pretty solid. You're gonna have the int Trunks and Vegeta kind of doing their thing. We're not prioritizing them being in the first slot. We don't really need to in this situation. But we got some pretty good units. The Super Saiyan Trunks combination is going to be really good together. Some high volume damage coming out of that Tech Trunks. And the other Trunks, honestly, after a couple supers, is also pretty reliable as well. So that's a really strong rotation for us. 7 links, very solid. You can link up any Trunks with that Trunks. You don't have to specifically use this one. But it's just going to depend, obviously, on what you kind of feel like rocking with at this point in time. So I would say that's definitely something to consider. Outside of that, obviously things to consider when you're building this team are going to be friend leads. There's a couple of Future Saga options. You've got the Trunks and Vegeta, you've got the AGL LR Super Saiyan God SS Goku alongside the AGL LR Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta, the duo card that you've just seen here. I went with them because they link up pretty nicely with the Strength Vegito once they fuse, which I think is really cool. And I think overall they just provide some really nice flexibility. I can put them in the first slot if I want to, I can put them in the second slot if I want to. I can just do a lot with them, so I can just kind of decide what to do with them on the fly, and that tends to feel like a really good kind of flexibility that I like to have in my team. So yeah, overall I would say that's probably it when it comes to the team building. Obviously when you look at Strength Vegeta as a free-to-play option and Strength Trunks, I think they're solid enough as is, and they give us enough to kind of float around and just do our thing, which is pretty solid. The AGL Trunks and Gohan, honestly just here because I love the unit and I like using them in content. Very reliable unit though. More a floater to provide the revive if necessary, but yeah, in general you shouldn't really need it. So yeah, overall just a very solid team, and everything worked out really quite fine, which honestly I was pretty impressed about and pretty happy about. So yeah, some really good synergy here and just overall good functionality. Now if you're looking for some variations on the team, like I said, I did do a build for the Fighting Legend Vegeta event, and that event I also managed to clear. Now that future team also had the free-to-play Android 17 and 18 in them, which was a pretty solid team I must add, and a very solid rotation. So that is obviously a option for you if you are looking at potentially, trying to use even more free-to-play units, basically. So if you're trying to use even more free-to-play options, the Android 17 and 18 Future are going to be a solid pick for you. They're going to help you out along the way, and you're going to have a pretty decent time with them. Transforming AGL Vegeta at this point, because he doesn't need any more defense to stack up, and just basically want him to kind of assist and rotate and just kind of do a very good job, obviously providing offense and just clearing the strength monkey phase, because I don't particularly like the strength monkey phase. So Vegito just going to clean up here. After this he's just going to be really solid in his transform state, doing a lot of really good work, assisting the rest of the team, building up his rotation, and yeah, just being a really good unit in his own right. So Vegito is super duper solid, and then yeah, we'll skip ahead to the end now. The end phase wasn't too much of an issue for us, so yeah, it wasn't too big an issue. You do need to be careful of the Super Saiyan Trunks in the second slot, but overall he had a pretty decent time. Now we're going to transform this Trunks, so we're going to use his sort of hope ability alongside the Dokkan attack, and we're basically going to one-shot the Goku full power, because why not? I thought it would be pretty interesting. I thought it could be potentially fun to just kind of do a bit of a one-shot technique here, and just obviously give him a little bit of a taste of what it's like. Nowadays obviously this maybe isn't so spectacular, but it's still pretty fun. Trunks in his nuking fate stage is pretty solid, and yeah, we're going to see him give Goku the business. Also around 900k defense at this point as well, so quite solid defensively as well. Still not like totally weak, not sacrificing full defense for offense. It is going to depend on the amount of orbs you get. So Trunks can sometimes come across, still even now with the EZA, the orbs are going to be a very big mechanism for this. They're going to be the large determining factor as to how much damage this ability does. But I would say, yeah, overall, pretty fun. Pretty good run, pretty fun run. Everything went more than fine. And yeah, always nice to finish off a boss in one blow. But that's basically going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, it's greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, that is basically going to be it from me. If you do need any help with team building, you can let me know in the comments down below. Of course, I will gladly assist you, and I'm sure I'll get comments if anyone does need assistance. But a pretty fun challenge, and yeah, with all the updates Future's got, they basically kind of just cream all of the challenges, which is obviously great. And yeah, I think across the board it's just a pretty good time. Really nice team, great synergy, and everything ran really well. But that's pretty much going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye.